Hi, in part 2 of enterprise grade supply chain video series, we'll talk about what are the other elements of the enterprise grade supply chains. The three elements we spoke in the other videos, they were around the whole warehouse design, the quality of the warehousing, the quality of capex. That was the first element. Second was around the dock strategy, dock management strategy. And the third element that we had spoken about was the people strategy within the warehousing context. Now in this video, we'll talk a lot about the technology and automation. How do these elements play a role in creating enterprise grade supply chain capabilities? At Prozo, all our warehouses are tech enabled, which means that at a very base level, all our warehouses have Wi-Fi in every nook and corner of the warehouse. So for me to enable any handheld terminals or any other tech systems, we need to first Wi-Fi enable the warehouse. And you can imagine Wi-Fi enabling more than 1 lakh square feet or 2 lakh square feet of warehouse. It could be also very cumbersome. So I think that's the first part. That how do we ensure that we have internet in every nook and corner, and the internet strengths and bandwidths change as you go into those high-rise structures, G+6, G+7, and LSS mezzanine structures. So I think most enterprise grade supply chains will have high level of digitization within the warehouses. Most of the employees or the warehousing workers will be able to operate their handheld terminals or the scanners in any nook and corner of the warehouse, wherever the working stations are, where the picking is happening, put away is happening. The second element is actually usage of HHT or handheld terminals or the scanning devices in various stages of warehousing processing. That could be at the inward stage, that could be at the time of picking, that could be at the time of selection of packaging material, that could also be at the time of quality check that happens just before dispatch. And there are various other steps within the warehousing process flow where the use of handheld terminals or the scanning devices is required. So how digitize your warehousing operations are, in a way define that how enterprise ready you are, or how enterprise grade your supply chain is. The third element of being very enterprise grade is around what is your level of forecast, both from the demand side and supply side, you're able to build into your supply chain. How do you move your stock from manufacturers to your primary warehouse, from your primary warehouse to multiple other warehouses? What is your stocking strategy, and how does tech play a role into this? Does your supply chain partner understand your requirements of replenishment? Can the partner offer you technology solutions to stock intelligent inventory within your warehouses? So I think that's another element of the tech enablement part of the enterprise grade supply chain. And what kind of automation systems warehousing provider is capable of? What kind of EDIs warehousing partner is capable of, electronic data interfaces and exchanges. So at Prozo, we integrate with most of the leading ERPs. So we integrate with the SAP, we integrate with Microsoft Dynamics, Navision, some of the domestic WMSs as well. So we also integrate with all the freight partners, we integrate with all the demand platforms, online as well as offline. So we have created an integration ecosystem. So that's another element of the enterprise readiness of your supply chain. And last but not the least is when you are operating a supply chain that is spread across, say, 15, 16, 20 warehouses across the country, that's spread across more than 1 million square feet. How will you know what's the quality of operations that's happening within these warehouses? How do you know what is the breach percentage day after day? How do you know which are the warehouses which are not compliant? I think that's where a command tower and control center comes into play. And in the part 3 of the enterprise grade supply chain capability video, we'll talk about the role of command center and control tower in creating an enterprise grade supply chain capability. Thank you.